Snake, the ladder at the end of that shaft should take you up into the mountains. Proceed to the back and climb the ladder.
I see you've caught a cobalt blue tarantula. The cobalt blue tarantula is a poisonous spider with a highly potent venom. If you get bitten, go into the survival viewer immediately and use Cure to administer a serum injection. There are many different varieties of tarantulas. The cobalt blue is part of a group called earth tigers. They build their nests mainly underground and are highly aggressive. Their diet consists of not only insects, but also mice and even snakes.
Interesting. So how do they taste?
Are you really going to eat them?
Naturally. So?
It says here they're not very good.
Damn.
Don't act so surprised. Isn't it obvious?
Why would it be obvious?
It's a spider, for goodness sake. A big one, but still a spider, and there's not much to it.
Yeah.
If only it were as big as the one in Earth versus the Spider.
The what?
Earth versus the Spider. It's a movie about this gigantic spider. When it's small, it's about 15 feet wide, but when it's big, it's about 35 feet wide.
What do you mean when it's small and when it's big?
The size changes from scene to scene. It happens all the time.
Huh.
Keep in mind that every weapon and piece of equipment weighs something. The heavier the equipment you're lugging around, the faster you'll burn up stamina. You can see how much your equipment weighs by going into the backpack screen in the survival viewer. If you're trying to conserve your stamina, make some cuts and toss the equipment you don't need in your backpack.
Good. You're in the tunnel. The ladder at the end of the tunnel will take you up into the mountains. Head down the tunnel and climb up the ladder.
You found your way to the mountains, I see. There's an underground tunnel near the top. You can use it to sneak into Groznygrad. But Eva said the door to the tunnel is sealed off.
Yeah, she's supposed to bring me the key.
First, rendezvous with Eva and get the key from her. The rendezvous point is in the ruins at the summit. The summit is still further up the mountain. Keep heading up towards the summit.
Snake, the altitude in those mountains is pretty high. That means the oxygen concentration in the air is lower than normal. When there's less oxygen in the air, naturally you'll be breathing less oxygen as well, and the oxygen content of your blood will go down. In other words, you run the risk of becoming hypoxic. Hypoxia is a very serious condition. In the worst cases, it can lead to pulmonary and cerebral edema. I don't think you need to worry right now, but all the same, be careful.
So, what do I need to be careful about?
In high-altitude areas, you will tire quicker than normal.
Okay.
Snake, climbing uphill takes a lot of stamina as it is, but on top of that, the air up there is thinner than normal. You're burning through stamina a lot faster now than ever before. Keep an eye on your stamina gauge. Be sure to eat something to restore your stamina before you run out.
When you're using the assault rifle, pressing the weapon button will hold it at waist level. That's nice if you need to drop nearby enemies with some speed, but it's difficult to aim straight. If you need to take more accurate shots, like tagging enemies in vital spots from a distance, use the aim button instead. Equip the weapon in first-person view and press the aim button to aim the gun from the shoulder. You can take precise aim with the front and rear sights. When you're focusing on your mark, it will be as accurate as if you were zooming in.
You made it to the mountains. Those mountains are known as Krasnogorye. The name means the Red Mountain Ridge in Russian. The entire range has been fortified to act as a defense for the great fortress of Groznygrad. The area near the top has been dug with bunkers and trenches, and there are anti-aircraft gun emplacements everywhere. It's literally an impenetrable wall. Proceed with caution. Oh, there's a provision storehouse in the hillside area, and there's an armory at the summit. I'll meet you in the ruins at the top of the mountains. The summit is still a ways up. Keep going forward.
HQ.
This is HQ.
Major, that attack chopper is here.
The one from the heliport?
Yeah.
Perhaps it's an armed variation of the Mi-8 HIP.
No. Some of it looks the same, but the overall shape is different. It's got stub wings, and the cockpit canopy looks like an angular greenhouse.
No kidding. Then it must be some kind of new model. I've heard stories recently that the Soviets are developing a flying infantry combat vehicle. That's gotta be it.
A flying infantry combat vehicle?
Yeah, a transport chopper with troop-carrying capabilities. Think of it as an attack transport chopper version of France's AMX VCI or the Soviet BMP. They must be doing field tests on the initial prototype.
A next-generation chopper that's a little smaller than the HIP. Maybe we should call it a Hind.
Not bad. It's cool with me.
Then it's settled. We'll refer to that new type helicopter as a Hind from now on. If the enemies in that area catch sight of you, they'll call in for support from the Hind. The Hind's armor is impenetrable to normal fire, such as rifle bullets. But if you take over one of the anti-aircraft guns placed throughout the mountains, you should be able to take it on. What else could you use against a Hind? Well, I suppose a rocket launcher might do the trick.
Snake, climbing uphill takes a lot of stamina as it is, but on top of that, the air up there is thinner than normal. You're burning through stamina a lot faster now than ever before. Keep an eye on your stamina.
The Hind is armed with a 12.7mm machine gun on the nose and rocket pods and anti-tank missiles on the stub-wing hardpoints. Normally, you'd be crazy to try and fight it on foot. If it starts attacking with the machine gun or the rockets, take cover behind something as fast as you can. As for the missiles, you should be able to knock out their guidance system by using a chaff grenade to block the radio signal.
Stay alert. Volgan has sent out attack choppers to stop you. You saw them at the heliport, didn't you? They're probably already patrolling the area. If you get spotted by the enemy, you'll be dealing with that thing.
Just my luck. I don't have any weapons that'll work against them.
There should be an RPG-7 in a bunker in the hillside.
A portable rocket launcher, huh? That should be enough to swat bothersome flies.
You could also try using an anti-aircraft gun. You can take over an anti-aircraft gun by pressing the action button when you're near it.
I've had enough. This is horrible. Pretty tasty. I'm gonna puke. I've had enough.
The enemy's here? HQ, please respond.
This is HQ.
Patrol here.
I'm gonna puke. I've had enough. Pretty tasty.
Snake, Eva is a KGB spy placed in Gru. She can't be seen by the enemy making direct contact with you. If you're being pursued by the enemy, don't expect Eva to come out to meet you. Make sure it's normal phase before you attempt to make contact with Eva.
Snake, climbing uphill takes a lot of stamina as it is, but on top of that, the air up there is thinner than normal. You're burning through stamina a lot faster now than ever before. Keep an eye on your stamina gauge. Be sure to eat something to restore your stamina before you run out.
Your assault rifle won't penetrate the Hind's armor. Try the RPG-7. If you can take over one of the anti-aircraft guns in the mountains, you'll be more than a match for that hind.
You must be worn out from all that mountain climbing. There's a provision storehouse at the back of the hillside area. Why don't you go stock up on rations?